So you guys are probably sitting here thinking it's like 8 o'clock in the morning, 8:50 in the morning, and you guys are probably like, what the actual fuck is Jack doing up at this early in the morning? Well, I finished work last night at 2:30, and I said to myself, I need to go get some quarters in the morning. So I went and got $100 worth of quarters so that I could do laundry. But I used my tips for it. So when I went there to the Gate City Bank over here by Cashwise, I went to Gate City Bank over by Cashwise, and the people are so flippin' nice. I love the people here. I think they're great. Now, yeah, Cashwise, I think they're great. You know, I think they're really cool because I've tried to get quarters before from other banks in this town in St. Cloud, and they denied me. And I had cash in my hand and everything, and they denied my ass. They denied my ass getting quarters because they said, like, at one bank in Sartell, this bank is like, you know, it's like a Lock City Bank or some shit like that. It's a big ass fucking bank in like Sartell, right? And I went there to go get quarters, and they're like, oh, we don't give out quarters. Maybe go to like Gate City Bank where they're more ghetto. That's what they said. And then I went to like Brimmer Bank. Yeah, I went to Brimmer Bank in St. Cloud, and Brimmer Bank was like, yeah, we don't give out quarters because, you know, who the hell uses quarters anymore for anything? Because everybody has their own, you know, washer and dryer at home and everything else. And I'm like, you know, I mean, is it because I'm ghetto? And the lady was like, yeah. And I was like, fucking really? I was like, what is wrong with people, you know? And dude, that person didn't even clean their fucking windshield off their fucking, clean the snow off their fucking windshield. They tried to use their wiper blades, and it like bent the fuck out of their wiper blades. How lazy are fucking people anymore? I mean, seriously. I'm sorry for swearing, but the thing is they put money in the swear jar, so we're good. But I gotta ask, I mean, how lazy is the world? Really? I mean, you know, there are so many people who are just so lazy, it's not even funny. Mm-hmm. I mean, you're probably saying the same thing about me because, you know, I have breakfast in the morning, and it's like, you're lazy, you fat shit, you know, because you're going to get breakfast. Well, I also am a person who sleeps a lot too, so, I mean, I have bad dreams and I poop a lot. I mean, it happens, you know? I mean, I was thinking of totally going to, like, someplace like Perkins or something, but I don't really want that for breakfast. What I want is just, you know, some Dr. Peppers and a couple sandwiches or some shit. I don't even know where to go. Well, if I don't hurry the fuck up, I'm going to miss breakfast. Because you know damn well, they stop serving breakfast at 10 o'clock, you know. Or some stupid shit like that. But I'm awake, you know. Oh, yeah, and this is how I am every morning. So, I mean, well, I'm not... 90% of the time, I'm sleeping, you know. No, dude, I actually love the compliments that I get about my hair all the time. I have so many people who look at me and they think, God, dude, you have such beautiful long hair, you know. And I did have beautiful long hair until, you know, it got cut off, but that's a different story. Dude, Mark Weber, how are you? Are you okay? I miss you. You're like, I miss you, dude. Where are you at? I love you. Mark Weber, everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, Mark fucking Weber. I love him. If I ever told you how much I love him? I miss him. He's not at work anymore. He's like gone. Yeah. You're hanging in there. Well, good for you. I'm glad you're hanging in there. But, well, that's actually a term you don't want to use anymore, because when some people think that you're hanging in there, that means you're actually hanging yourself. As long as you're doing all right, that's all that matters. I love you, man. Stay positive. I love you, dude. Hope you're like doing fine. But yeah, I'm trying to go have breakfast somewhere. I think I'm gonna go to Hardee's and go get breakfast, because I'm just gonna go out in Sartell and go have breakfast somewhere, because I'm just kind of hungry. I mean, I got done with work last night at like 2:30 in the morning. I got my van and I put my van away. I said to myself, dude, I need to go get $100 worth of quarters so I can do laundry tomorrow. Because we're doing laundry tomorrow. It's like fucking Jersey Shore, Gym Tan Laundry. No. I don't go to the gym though. I don't do the gym thing. I do that at home. I don't do tanning either. But I've been having so many people comment to me on my hair, and I'm like, dude, yeah. I mean, yeah. I love the fact that I have extensions and I look like a fucking kick-ass Viking and everything. But I kind of would love to have my real hair, but we don't talk about that because I don't like to bring back past and present or past shit that happened. I mean, I went to a bar and I got my braids cut out. I mean, it was because it was a pretty shitty thing, but I'm fine now. But anyway, so I woke up and said I'm gonna go have breakfast, because I remember getting up at this time when I worked for Trobex. I mean, I got up at 7 and I got up at 4:30 in the morning and went to work, and whoa, there was an accident almost behind me. Somebody in a Ford almost died. Almost crashed into a Chevy. I woke up this morning. I woke up out of a dream this morning. So, there's a guy named Cletus McFarland, right? Yeah. Cletus McFarland is friends with Travis Pastrana. And, Cletus McFarland is friends with Travis Pastrana. And they do some crazy fucking redneck type shit, Like, they do some, crazy games or something like that. Oh, hell, I was going to go to, what's it called, too? I'm going to go to Costco, but I'm going to just say that. I'm going to say fuck that for Saturday. Yeah, I'm going to get a Costco membership. Yeah, I'm going to get a Costco membership. No, but, so Cletus McFarland is friends with Travis Pastrana, right? And Travis Pastrana, and Cletus McFarland do these fun, crazy fucking, stupid redneck games or some shit like that. They go all over the place. They do these crazy, fun redneck games. And a friend of mine used to be really big on that. His name was Spencer Nelson, and I miss Spencer like crazy. I mean, him and I used to be the best of friends, and now we don't talk anymore. I don't know what the fuck ever happened with Spencer Nelson. I'm sorry I'm swearing, because I know I'm a Santa Claus, but I swear too much, and I don't have it for kids, but I mean, because I should, I should learn how to keep it a little bit more rated G, but I'm sorry. I mean, yeah. So Spencer Nelson was like my best friend, and now Mark Webber is my best friend. And so Spencer was really cool, and we hung out all the time. We would go places. We'd go to we'd go to like we'd hang out in the woods and go shoot things and go blow up stuff and with tannerite and everything else and Spencer, you know, is really cool, and I love Spencer more than anything in the world. He was really a great guy, and so we hung out, and you know, we were really cool with each other, and I just totally like missed the fact, you know, of the matter is that he's just not around anymore, and it's just like really heartbreaking, you know. Hutchinson Schools, what the fuck are they doing down here? This is St. Cloud, Boosh. Woo! Super biscuits. Hi, how we doing today? Good. That's good. Can I get 4 of your super bacon biscuits?
You said the super bacon biscuits?
Yes.
How many did you say?
4.
Alright. Anything else with that?
And 2 large Dr. Peppers.
Alright. Anything else?
No, that's it.
Alright, that'll be $29 at the window.
Holy cow, I've never paid $29. That's even. That's pretty good. Have a good morning. I'll be right there. Oh. Holding on. Why is everything so heavy? Money launder. No, money lion. $29. God. It's a beautiful morning, isn't it?
Yeah.
25. What? Oh. Well, shit, I was going to give you... All right, there's 30.
Alright.
Yeah, I got a song by Linkin Park stuck in my head, too. Yeah. Thank you.
That drink right away.
Sure, take your time. Holding on. Why is everything so heavy? Holding on. I miss Chester Bennington, dude. Yeah, I do. Oh, I mean, Chester Bennington was such a great person that, you know, you could just look at him and he glue. Like, I mean, he was always glowing. Yeah, Chester Bennington was like always glowing and stuff. That's how I feel.
Here's that, and it's going to be just centered around food.
Did I get 2 or 1?
What was that?
Did I get 2 of these?
I heard you only order 1, but I can add 1 on right now.
Okay, I'll get another one. Thank you.
Huh?
Can I get another one?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. You're the best. She was like, "Are you gonna pay in quarters?"
$3.22.
$3.22.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was the Dr. Pepper as well, right?
Yes. Sorry, I didn't say anything.
That's right. Alright, 1 and then 78.
Okay, cool. Thank you. You guys should see this thing. Okay, so this is what I walked into the bank with. Was this thing here? So I walked into the bank with that, and they were like laughing at me because I was counting out all these ones, and they thought I was a stripper. I was like, "Goddamn strippers!"
Here's that one.
Thank you. And now, Deep Thoughts by Jack Greening. You know, what's going to happen when I don't have deep thoughts anymore? I'm always going to have deep thoughts, but I'm not Jack Greening anymore. I'm actually Jackson Claus. You know, so I'm going to have to change that. And now, Deep Thoughts by Jackson Claus. Have you ever wondered why people pick their nose? Well, I'll tell you one thing. It makes you wonder about shaking hands.
Alright, here you go.
Thank you very much. Have yourself a great day and a good weekend. Yeah. I mean, it makes people wonder. But like, do you want to shake someone's hand though after you think that after you wonderedly think that these people, like, you know, did they wash their hands or did they, you know, use hand sanitizer? So I have this hand sanitizer that smells like it smells really good, but it also smells like kind of like liquor, right? And last night, or not last night, but a couple of nights ago, I was working for Groom, and one of these ladies, she smelled this hand sanitizer, and she swore to God I was drunk. And she was like, have you been drinking? And I was like, no ma'am, I haven't been drinking at all. And she's like, well, you smell like alcohol. And I'm like, well, it's hand sanitizer. I was like, trust me, I may be excited and happy to be awake, but, you know, I'm not drunk, you know. I swear to drunk, I'm not God. So she was like, she looked at me like, what? And I was like, nothing. So I was just like, you know, and she just had this puzzled look on her face, like, she had this puzzled look on her face, like, you know, why would you say something like that? And I was just like, well, you know, I just really enjoy life, and so I feel like I can be happy just being me. I used to go to this one place in Sartell. It was by the lake, or by the river, and I don't know where it's at. I mean, it's out by Sauk Rapids, but I'm not going to go out there. I'm going to go find another place to just like sit down and chill. Yeah, I'm actually going to sit in the car and chill and talk to you guys, you know. I mean, it sounds like the Nicolas Cage type thing to do, but, you know, that's just who I am. I mean, I love my fans, I love my people. Michael Peak likes my video. Well, I miss Michael Peak. I miss talking to you, bro. It's kind of lonely. No, I'm just kidding. I love you, Michael. Thank you for the love, man. I really appreciate it. I should actually, like, drive by Michael's office and be like, hey, what's up? I know where he works. Why does everything so heavy? Yeah. I got a Linkin Park song stuck in my head. Hey man, saw you in a groom van yesterday. Yes, I did see you. Yes, I did. I did see you, and I was like, dude, I was like, yep, there goes Michael. I was like, yeah, there goes Michael, because I was like, dude, it's so awesome to see his car, and I was like, yep, there goes Michael. If you saw me by Fleet Farm, yeah, yes, I saw you. I actually did, and I was like, there goes Michael, because I knew it was your car because one, I remember the license plate. And I was like, yeah, there goes Michael. And I was like, that's so badass to see Michael. I miss Michael. So I was like, you know, I'm going to actually call you Michael Knight from now on because you remind me of a Knight Rider. Yeah. All you need is a little red light in the front and you'd be so cool. It'd be like, his name is Michael Knight. He drives an SHO. Because that'd be like so cool, because that would be like the Knight Rider for like the new millennium, you know, like that would be Gen Z's version of Michael Knight. I'll greatly take David Hasselhoff's screen name. Yeah, you are the Knight Rider, Michael. Gladly. Man, I'm up too early. I should be going back to bed. I mean, I really need to. I actually got to, but I'm just out driving around because I'm kind of just having one of those kind of days. You know. Time to get back to work. Have a great day, boss man. Hey, you have yourself a great day and be safe out there. I'll see you Saturday somewhere if we're going to hang out, all right? Because, you know, we got to hang out again. I miss you guys. I'm off this weekend, so I have Saturday and Sunday off. So let's do something because I really want to hang out. I don't know why I'm up early. I wonder if Tristan's working at, what's it called yet? I don't know yet. I gotta find out. If not, I'll go over to Easy's. Hope to see you tomorrow if the weather isn't bad. Well, yeah, I mean, we're supposed to be starting to get better weather now, so. But yeah, I'll talk to you later, bro. Have a good day at work. Oh, hell. Oh, hell. Ah! Sun's in my eyes. Green light. Red light. So, I'm at the mall. What? Stop looking at my car. Dick. Dude, there's like nobody at the mall. It's like really creepy. Yeah, I feel like one of those people who like comes to the mall like early in the morning and walks around. One thing about parking at the mall is got front parking at the mall today, yeah. I'm sitting in the front row and nobody gives a damn. So, oh, you'll see me tomorrow. You tell me where to go, Michael, and I'll be there. Ooh, yum, yum, yum. So, I've had people ask me, like, why I bought a Mini Cooper. And the reasoning I always tell them is because, one, I didn't want to buy a Subaru because I already owned a Subaru before. Yeah. I already owned a Subaru. Yeah. And I wanted to try something different. But I also like German. I like German engineering. And since Mini Coopers are made by, BMW, I figured why not? I mean, I could have bought an Audi. Because Audis are, and always have been, the first rally cars that were all-wheel drive. A lot of people don't know that. No. Audis were the first all-wheel drive rally car. Okay, 7-Eleven. Oh. Just tell me where, Michael. Where are we going to meet up tomorrow? At 7-Eleven. Is it in Elk River? I don't know. You just tell me where to go and I'll be there. I'll be like Tina Turner beyond the Thunderdome. Oh wait, Mad Max. Mad Tracks beyond the Thunderdome. God damn it, my fucking thing better not be fucking stopped because fucking St. Elmo's Fire is fucking playing in the background. Ah. Yeah, I've been getting ready to paint the Mini Cooper again too, so that's why. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. We're getting ready to paint the Mini Cooper again. Mm-hmm. 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 Mm. I had a guy today. I was over at what's it called? I was over at was it Colburn? Yeah, Cashwise. I was over at Cashwise Foods this morning, over at Gate City Bank, and a guy come up to me and he's like, "Dude, man," he's like, "I love your hair." And he goes, "Yeah, you look very Thorish, like, like Viking Thor and stuff." And I was like, "Well, thank you." Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You want to know somebody that I miss the most for Minnesota After Dark? I miss Dan. Yeah, I miss Dan and Aaron. And Tabitha. And Isaac. I actually miss Darren a lot, too. Yeah. No, Darren's just a really cool guy. Him and I had kind of like, the Paul Walker, Vince or Vince kind of thing from Fast and the Furious. But then over time, we bonded, which I thought was really cool. And a lot of the people that I know from Minnesota After Dark, there's a mutual bond with them that I love so much about the team. And I've never really expressed myself about a team as much as I do with Minnesota After Dark. I wish that they didn't have I wish they didn't have the thing that happened to them, because I just wish that there wasn't a lot of dickheads in this world. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I never really have sat down with any of the members from Minnesota After Dark, and I haven't really ever talked to them, and I want to. I want to do a podcast with them so freaking bad. It's like Bruno Mars's song, Instead of Being a Millionaire. It's like, I want to do a podcast with Minnesota After Dark. Sit out in a parking lot at dark. I mean, that'd be so cool, man. You know, and talk about things and everything else. And maybe I can do that tomorrow. You know. No, I love the way Michael runs things, and I love the way that Michael is. You know, I really do need to go there, and I really need to do, you know, I really need to sit down and talk with them guys and stuff, because, you know, I have never really ever sat down, like, I never thought about things like I do. I mean, I know it's 9:24 in the morning and I should be sleeping. But tonight's one of those kind of nights where I go to work at, you know, I go to work at 8 in the morning, or go to work at 8 at night, and I think about things. I get done, you know, at like 2 in the morning. You know, I get done at like, you know, 2 in the morning, or, you know, whatever, and I think to myself, you know, I just like life, you know. Oh, there's his bus. Guy's been waiting for his bus, you know, for a while. You know. I should have given him a ride. Yeah. You know, have you ever felt like you want to do something for somebody so bad it just itches you? You want to give somebody a ride in your car, and you want to be nice to somebody, you want to be cool to somebody. I mean, there are times that I look back on everything that I've ever done in my life, and I've realized to myself, I got a lot to live for. One lady called me a celebrity last night. She called me a celebrity. She's like, has anybody ever told you that you might be a celebrity? And I'm like, what do you mean? And she goes, you know, you might be a celebrity. And I was like, I probably could be. I mean, with the whole, like, you know, with the whole thing about camo claws and everything, I mean, that someday will take off. And if it does, man, that would be like the coolest thing ever. You know? I don't know. I just live my life for me, and like I always, you know, get up, and I always say to myself, Jack, what am I doing? The messed up thing is that I'm eating now. I won't eat later, though. I choose my meals wisely. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. No. Mm-hmm. I love everybody who got on this morning. I just want to say thanks again for getting on. Much respect. Love you guys. I miss Tristan, by the way, dude. Tristan's my barber. Mm-hmm. 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 Man, I seriously do not know how many goddamn text messages I'm going to get about boner pills. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh. Man, I gotta clean my car out. I would gladly take David Hasselhoff's screen name. Michael Knight. No, I'm leaving soon. Mm-hmm. Well, I don't even know, like, so I messaged Tristan and I asked him if he's working at Urban Cuts or, like, if he's cutting hair in the mall now. Because, you know, I miss where he's working and everything. And, you know, because, you know, Tristan is my barber and I love the guy. And I want to take care of him. I want to do stuff with him, you know. And the The one thing I love about the guy, like, yeah, I'm sorry if I say that I love people, okay? You know, if that scares you, I'm really sorry that I love people, because you want to know something? I love more people than anybody in the world. I met a girl last night, right? She was on my shuttle last night. She came from Germany, and her name was Maria, and she was a very wonderful, beautiful looking girl. And she told me that she got dumped, and she got dumped, and she got turned down, and she got cheated on by a guy. And I'm like, who the hell would ever cheat on her? She was gorgeous. She was beautiful. And she said that she was, and it happens to the best of us. And she's hung out with wrong guys all the time. And she said maybe, someday she'll find the right dude. But other than that, she probably won't, And, I can already hear people already sit there and say to me, Jack, why don't you have yourself a good woman? And I said, well, I did. Yeah, Joe and I were great for each other, but then we just kind of drifted apart, and we're not together anymore, and that's fine. She and I, we're just not together anymore. And you see a lot of people, and you wonder, are they together, or are they just friends with benefits? Are they, groups or whatever? And some people sit there and they say, Jack, why don't you have somebody? And I'm like, well, I don't know. Sometimes I wonder what I did wrong to never have the right one, But maybe I'm just not compatible with somebody else, because one of the reasons is I show too much love for everybody. Like, if I ever had a woman, now this Maria girl, God, if I ever had a woman like her, it would basically be like the relationship that Bonnie and Jelly Roll have together. Look at Jelly Roll. A great, musician, great guy and everything, and he's with this Bonnie girl, and Bonnie just looks like, looks like the most attractive thing that you can ever imagine. And you're like, well, why the hell is she with him, and you think, oh, it's a money thing. And no. She fell in love with him when she first met him. Their story is very, great. Jelly Roll was living in a van with his daughter. He hit rock bottom, and this chick brought him in, And sometimes, I sometimes think to myself, am I ever going to find somebody who's going to bring me in, or who's going to make me feel like I matter, And one of the things that, I posted on social media, I was on a website called Long-Haired Men or something like that, and I posted a thing on there, and I have over like 114 or 115 different people who've messaged things. There's some people who've messaged me and said some hurtful things, and there's some people who said some pretty cool things, and there's people who just, said, no, you don't matter. And, I look at social media and I think to myself, social media is a way for people just to either bash on you because they don't want to say it to your face, or they want to, say it to everybody, on the page, and then people wonder why you post stuff on social media. Like, why would you post a picture of you holding your braids like this, like, pulling them like this and saying, do I matter? Well, the question that's on everybody's mind is, how many people in this world matter? And me, I'm a person who loves everybody. Yeah. I don't single out people, It's not like I sit here and go through like dating apps and hate people depending on, like race and color and ethnicity and all kinds of things. I mean, I love all kinds of people. Yeah. I don't care if you're white, black, Asian, Mexican, Puerto Rican, or whatever. I love everybody. And the reason why I want to love everybody so much is because, one, I want somebody to love me. I don't want people to hate me, because I want somebody to love me, because I want to be loved. I'm trying to figure out what the fuck this chick is doing in this Sonata here. She's like taking up like 17 spaces just to park a fucking car in the same fucking spot. So she's just gonna move because she can't fucking figure out what she's doing. I'm sorry for swearing so much. I gotta quit doing that. I'll put money in the swear jar when I get home. But it's turning into water now, so but because so I sit here and I think about things every day. I sometimes get mad at myself because I'm the way that I am. I mean, I'm the kind of person who would just go get, bacon, egg, and cheese biscuits from Hardee's or someplace, and eat 3 of them and sit there and wonder why he's overweight, Because the one thing is I always try to think to myself, like, maybe if I saw somebody else, I'd give them one of them. Or I would, or I like, because I'm the kind of person who does that. I give things to other people because, I'm not trying to be, a fat ass. I'm not trying to do things wrong. The reasoning is that I try to do things for people because I want them to not have to feel like they have to be less fortunate, or I like to do things for people. Like, sometimes I'll go to, Cold Stone Creamery and I'll go get ice cream, and I'll sit there and then I'll say, hey, I'll buy their ice cream for them, or I'll give somebody like, a free sandwich at, Jersey Mike's. And the reasoning is because, one, I'm just trying to be nice. Because I just don't want people to feel like nobody cares about them or they don't matter, And I don't know if that's a good thing to have, a good quality to have, or a bad quality to have. I mean, I just want people to have a happy quality of life. That's what I want. I want people to have a fun, have like fun, be, have fun, enjoy life. Don't feel like they're always hurting all the time. So they matter, And, and I don't have anything against my ex. I hope she gets home. She's trying to go back to England. She's trying to, she's trying to go back and be with her family because, she came here to start a family and it didn't work out, She married this douchebag. Yeah. She married this guy. The guy who wonders every day if he's going to just matter or if he's just going to end up, ruining someone's life or making them feel like garbage or, or whatever. But there are times, and there are times in my life where I cry and I feel upset and I feel down about myself because sometimes I think I don't matter. Sometimes I think, why am I here? And I just don't understand what I'm doing. Like what goes on in the eyes of the beholder and why people, why people look down on me like I'm some kind of like, figure that sits in his car and sits out in front of Burger King and, looks like Donald Trump. Well, I'm not, I was actually one day thinking to myself, well, maybe I should go over and talk to the St. Cloud Superman and see what he does and what he ticks and why people have a hatred for him. But you know what? Then I'd be just like everybody else. Asking the questions, why is he the way he is? I bet deep down inside, he's a pretty normal, everyday guy, just like you and I. I mean, I'm a person who wears my heart on my sleeve. And one of the reasons why I'm the way that I am is because one, I'm always trying to be happy. I don't like to be negative. I don't like to be sad. I don't like to cry. I don't like to have pain. But the one thing about me is that I'm always trying to be happy. But when I feel down, when I feel depressed, when I feel like I have nobody that cares about me, I feel like, Jack, it's just time for you to just, pack it up. And nobody cares about your emotional feelings. Nobody gives a shit about you anymore because, you don't matter. But then, somebody says something to me that makes my day happy. Like the other day, I have what you guys call a work mom. Or I have a mom or a person who's at work, who's a really nice lady, and her name's Julie. She's the one that does the extensions in my hair, and she's the one that does a lot of stuff with Camo Claws, and she does a lot of things for me because she sees that, you know, I'm going somewhere, and she understands, you know, and she gets it. And she's basically like my work mom. And she's, you know, yes, I do have a real mom. My mom and dad live in Alec, and I don't see them much because, well, I'm always here in St. Cloud. I'm always working, so I'm always busy. I don't have time for my parents, you know, but my parents they've always had time for me, whether it's, you know, doing other things. And I kind of think sometimes that my parents don't really get me, or they don't really understand me. But, you know, I think it's because, one, you know, I'm a different kind of a person. So I guess they don't really quite understand me, but that's their, you know, that's their thing, you know. And I'm okay with that. You know, but my mom and dad still know that I'm around, and that, you know, I can always ask my parents for something, but I'm not going to, because my parents have raised me to understand that, you know, I got to take care of my damn self and not, you know, always ask them for things, you know. So, yeah. But, you know, I have a work mom. You know, I have a work mom, and I have a person who's, you know, always around, you know, and her name's Julie, and she is a really wonderful person. I love her, and I want her to know that, you know, that I care about her, and I think she's great, and she's a really nice person. She takes care of me, and she makes me feel good about myself and everything else. So, yeah. But I love a lot of people. And one of the people that I still to this day care about and I still appreciate is Tommy Lee. Not the drummer from Motley Crue. I wish I knew him, but I know a Tommy Lee that, you know, used to be on radio. He used to be on Z99, and I listened to his show all the time. And he was a guy that I would listen to his Buffet of Fun morning show on Z99. And, you know, and I loved the guy. Just like I love Derek Lee from 104.7 KCLD. Cat and JJ. I used to listen to Cat and JJ from the Playhouse, you know, all the time on the radio. But, you know, but Derek Lee and Tommy Lee are two people that you just never ever thought you'd ever be friends with. Well, I don't know if we're friends or not. I mean, Derek Lee, you know, I message him on KCLD all the time. He messages me back. You know, he does funny things. Like the other day, he sent me a message. You know, it was Uncle Buck, and it was him going, no, like, no, like that, you know. And, you know, and I don't know what it was about, but it was really funny. So, yeah. But I'm going to go home and go back to bed because I got to get some sleep. It's almost 10 o'clock on this great Friday. And I just don't know sometimes. But, you know, you guys are great. so heavy. Yeah, I got a Linkin Park song stuck in my head. Oh, it's because I miss Chester Bennington. Yeah, I miss Chester. Holy crap, it's a cyber dumpster. Yeah. Oh. Oh, wow. That's a first. I've never gotten a traffic light like right away in the morning, like when I've ever gone to a turn. I've had to sit through a whole light cycle before. That's what I want to do. I want to sit at the traffic light. Because I'm not a person who likes to go through traffic lights because I like to sit at them. Because I've just gotten to the point in my life where I don't care about sitting at traffic lights anymore. I think they're fun. Oh, my leg. You know, sometimes driving a manual transmission is fun and everything. But sometimes you forget that you drive a manual. The other day, I seriously forgot that I drove a manual because I was sitting there and I put the car in what I thought was in first gear, and then it popped out of gear, and then I was like trying to fucking find first, and I was freaking out, and I was like, what the fuck, man, where's the gears? And I was like, what the hell, man? Where's the gearing? It's a nice truck. Force wheels. Have you ever noticed, though, that when you look at a Toyota and their special development team is TRD, right? So, does anybody ever feel like Toyota's development team is called Turd? I mean, nothing against Toyotas, man. I love Toyotas, but, you know, I would never want to have a TRD vehicle from Toyota because I don't want a turd. I don't know. It's just one of those things that goes on in the brain of Jack Craning because, well, of Jackson Claus. I don't even call myself that anymore. I don't call myself Jack Craning anymore. I call myself Jackson Claus. But it's funny because I have never ever in my life have ever wanted to drive a turd, but I drive one every day. And I just find that funny because, you know, it's one of those things that you just find hysterically funny. Yeah. So I'm gonna go back home and go to bed and sleep for like, you know, till 8 o'clock and just go to sleep. Be like, go to sleep, ho. Go to sleep, ho. Close your motherfucking eyes and go to sleep, ho. Yeah, Michael is right, though. I do swear too much. Yeah, I do. You know, and he doesn't know this, but, you know, the thing is that I am working on a swear jar. Oh, look, it's somebody else who drives a Mini Cooper. Just like me. Man, I fogged up the windows in my old Mini. I was ready, but she wasn't willing. So I settled for a burger and a grape snook cone. No, I'll never get a woman. Well, I try to be happy and positive, but there's no reason for me to be positive when it comes to the eyes of a woman. Because, you know, I've never found a woman that I can make laugh. I've never found a woman that... And, you know, I wonder if it's because I had Joe. And so, like, you say you're never going to find another woman like the one you had before. Well, you know, the question is do you want another woman like the one you had before? You know, we all wonder that. You know, I don't know. I love how they put random barrels out in the middle of the fucking road, and then there's like, sorry. I wonder how they put random barrels out in the middle of the road, and they just look like they're sitting here for no reason. Like, you know, let's just put these random barrels out here and then close the road down and not do any construction whatsoever. Yeah. Yeah, I love that. So that's what they do in Minnesota. They just put random barrels around, close the road, and then they don't do any freaking road construction. It's just like, it's like they basically close the road for their pure enjoyment, just to watch so many people flip out when they're like, oh, the road's not open. You know? Watch all these people squirm to the left lane because they have to move over. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh. Boner pills. Pretty much. I'm so tired of boner pill ads. Yeah, I've tried to take those off on my phone because I'm tired of seeing them. Mm-hmm. So supposedly there's a new axe throwing place that's going to be opening in town soon, and I can't wait for that because I'm getting excited. Yeah. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm driving so freaking slow. Here, let me speed up so I can get away from you. Well, because I'm so... Like, everybody in Minnesota, like, they can't be, like, passed. Like, yeah, they cannot be last place, or they cannot be, like, you know, behind you. Have you ever noticed that? That, like, when you're driving, people always have to pass you all the time. Like, they never want to be behind you. Yeah. Like, people are always like, if you ain't first, you're last. Yeah. So, yeah. Yep. Yeah. Mm-hmm. No. What is wrong with the bird? I think I need to go see Dan, because I don't have a good exhaust. Man. Bin. All right, y'all. Thanks for coming on a wonderful journey with me. And I just want to say thanks again for everybody who watched. Love you guys. Have a great day.